Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I had a couple of people ask me on my budgeting video about my cash envelopes, so I thought I would do a little flip through of my purse. So my purse is actually a Filofax. It is a Filofax Saffiano compact, so it's a personal size but it's a bit smaller. It has a sticker on from when we went to CBeebies Land. I think it's just pink. I don't think it's fuchsia. I'm not sure on the colour. I will try and find a link to this exact one. I have a blue one as well, so I like to change my purse out, so I have to. So it is a zip around wallet, and there's a pocket here which I don't actually use for anything because you can't really fit anything in this pocket. I found I can't get anything out of this pocket very easily. So over this side, it has a zip pocket, which is where I keep all of my change. I'll explain that in a minute. I have one of my wet erase markers. In here I have some old receipts, but I need to keep them. And then I have all my bank cards, my driving license, my points cards for Tesco's. Over the other side is the same sort of setup. I have my children's library cards, and then I have a bunch more points cards and some vouchers in this side. And then this is the part that, well, sold it for me. This actually comes out. So this is the rings mechanism. And on here I have my cash envelopes. So these are the ones that just stay in my purse. So this is back in bank. If I buy something, so for example, I bought myself some pens from Mombie. I bought them online, but that was my fun money. So I took the money out of my fun envelope and put it in here to pay back into the bank. I keep a little post-it here to say what's in this envelope because I don't go to the bank every time I have £10 to pay in, for example. So at the moment I'm sitting at £30 to pay in. So this envelope sits in here all the time, and that's it. Then I have all of these cash envelopes. So I have my fun, which is my fun money. And inside I have a little tracker. You can see I've just spent £10 this month. And that just sits in the envelope like that. Then I have my kids, which is my kids' fun money. I have fuel, so that's petrol for my car. I have pet food. We have a couple of pets that I can't buy their food online. I buy our dog food in Tesco's because my dogs are weird and like Tesco's own cheap dog food. We have a pet snake, so we have to buy the mice at Pets at Home. I have chickens, and I go to a local garden centre for their food. So this is mainly for the purchases that I make in shops for pet food. This is my eat out envelope. Can you tell I gave it to my husband and he wiped all this? And this is for like takeaways or in restaurants. I have beauty, which is for my nail appointments, and I'm currently saving up because I'm getting my hair done in December. Kids activities. My boys go to a play scheme every other week and we have to pay for that. So this is for that. I keep it in my purse because even though I know when it's coming, I'm really bad for getting up on the Saturday, getting everybody ready and just chucking my purse in my bag. I wouldn't remember to put the envelope in, so I just keep it in there all the time. And then we have groceries, which is currently empty because I just spent the last £10. And this is for food. Then I have two of these, which are my cashless cash envelopes. So one is groceries and one is household. So we keep £200 of our grocery budget in our bank account so that if my husband has to go to the shop or if he needs to buy any food or anything while he's at work, he can use his card, and I just tally it down here. And then I write on the back. Some of them, like if my husband uses it, I tend not to see it until I check my bank account, so that's fine. I'll write down what I've used on the back. Household, we used to get Amazon subscribe and save for all of our nappies, our goat food, our laundry powder, things like that. But I've had huge trouble with stuff not being shipped and like the price changing on nappies and things, that even the discount they offer didn't really make much difference. So now I just have a household category, which again is just in our account, and I order things as and when we need them and write on the back. Also, when I spend from an envelope, say for example, like today when I spent from groceries and I took £10 out of here and I also bought dog food. The dog food only cost £9, but I used a £10 note. The change from that goes in here. So I just put all of my change in here. In the US, you have $1 bills, like notes. We don't have £1 notes. We used to. I remember them when I was little. I loved them. But we don't have £1 notes. 5 is the smallest denomination you can get in paper money. The rest is coins. So I put them all in here, and then once a week when I do my weekly check-in, I take out the coins. I will keep any pound coins, and I'll sometimes keep like 50p's or 20p's depending how much they add up to. And then any other loose change I put into a change jar. I also put my £2 coins in there just as a extra. You don't get them very often. But then I'll keep the change in here. At the end of the month, I will take all of it out and put it in my money box. And this way it just, so say I had a £5 note in pet food and 4 coins, I would take the 5 out of pet food and use the 4 coins. It's just, it doesn't matter which envelope it came from, it just tops up envelopes here and there. And that's it, that's all my cash envelopes. So when I go shopping, so for example today, I went to Tesco's, I do my shop, then I put my receipt in my purse like that in the front, and then when I come home, I will go to the correct envelope and take out my little tracker, and I'll just write down, so today is the 6th of November, and I used the last £10, so now we have nothing, and then I just slot that back in. I then also write my cash spending in my Hobonichi weeks. I have a little section at the back, and I just write down my cash spending, ready to track, because I only do that in my budget binder once a week. So that's how I use my cash envelopes. I did have some people ask me if I was going to make and sell these cash envelopes, and I am. So this video is going up on Friday the 8th, and my Etsy store is going to reopen tomorrow, which is Saturday, and you will be able to pick from, I've got a whole bunch of listings which are sets, there's some individuals, there's sets of 4, 6 and 8, there's some sets of 5 I think, and there's some individuals as well. And you'll be able to pick if you want this style of envelope. So this has a flap. I prefer this because I feel like it holds my notes in here better. So there's the flap style envelope, or there is the simple style envelope, which is what these are, which is literally just the cut at the top. So these are the ones that I found, like this style of one is one that I see on Etsy and in budget videos all the time. But the problem I have is that they are made for American notes, which are substantially shorter than UK notes. So a £20 note wouldn't fit in one of the envelopes that I could buy off Etsy from a US seller. So I've made mine bigger, much bigger. So they do fit US notes, but they also fit UK notes, which is more important to me, to be honest. So that has these are the simple style, literally just sliced at the top. I've made myself these for December's budget because it's Christmas. I have got quite a few Christmas sets listed on my Etsy, but I just thought I would try out the simple style. I do prefer the flap, but I'm gonna try it anyway. You can also order the tracker inserts that go alongside it. You can choose to have them punched or unpunched. So if you have them unpunched, it literally, there's no holes punched in here. As standard, they will come unpunched with no tracker. I have tried these out in various wallets. So I have here this Louis Vuitton wallet that I've had for a very long time. And while they do fit, it's a bit of a squish, I won't lie. So they do just about fit. But I feel like they just take up too much room. But if you wanted to use them in something else, in a pouch or something like that, unpunched would work as well. So yes, you can have them punched or unpunched. You can have them with a label on the front or without. If you get the simple style, it's one label. If you get the envelope, it's one on the front and one on the back like this. Punched or unpunched. You can also have it so that the tracker is attached like this, so it's literally stuck on the back of the envelope, and that way you can track a little bit easier, I think. So you're not taking it in and out of the envelope, and it's attached to the back. I prefer not to do that in these ones because I like to be able to see the pattern, and if you attach a tracker, there's not as much of the pattern visible. But those are all the different options. I will leave a link to my Etsy shop down below, and if anyone has any questions, please ask them down below. I will also be taking custom orders, so if anybody just wants to message me if there's anything in particular that they wanted or liked the look of. And I might be running a little first day sale. If you check out my Instagram, you will see a post about that on Saturday morning. But yeah, somebody asked if I wanted to sell them, and to be honest, I love making them. I really enjoy it, and I've made myself so many sets that it's getting a bit ridiculous. Like, I can't use all of the sets I've made. So I just decided, why not? I really enjoy making them. Let's do it. So if anyone has any questions, please ask them down below, or you can find me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram name just here. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.